Welcome back everyone to Mud Stump Solves. Today I'm going to do another arrow words out of the Simply Arrow words I bought earlier in the year. So it's issue number 76 for 2025 in Australia and New Zealand. I've decided to have a go at number 38. I flagged this a little while ago as what might be an interesting one, and so after having a quick glance at it, put it to the side, and I haven't looked at it for a few months, and so we're going to have a look now and see how we go. Alrighty, so having a look around, there's a few things that could be kind of interesting to go with. This one I'm seeing very quickly. So Live and Let Die was a James Bond movie in 1973. I'm not 100% sure. I think that was either Roger Moore or Timothy Dalton. Not 100% sure. I think Timothy Dalton, but anyway, there's our first word for the arrow words, and hopefully not a predictive one of how this puzzle is going to go. Having this quick scan because I'm just trying to look for some easy ones to fill in. So we've got a hot beverage, or hot afternoon beverage, sorry. So I'm going to assume that's a tea for our English type folks, and so on. We've then got biblical wrong here. That would be a sin. So usually some pretty nice and easy short words to fill out some of the grid to begin with. Arithmetic average would be the mean. If you're not aware, there's actually multiple ways of sort of looking at it, so to speak, an average, a mean, median, and mode, sort of common terms. But mean is the specifically an average. Variety of soft wool. Not really sure what that is. We'll leave that for now. Just trying to work around some of these. So work schedules. Could be like timetables, regimes, routine, all too big for that, so we'll have to see. A peg used in golf is your tee. So we've got two tees in this. That's good. Let's see, what else have we got? Gluey substance going across here. A gluey substance. It's two words, 3 and 6. Yeah, not sure what that might be. We'll see if it sparks anything soon. All right, just working across the top a bit more. So we've got recompense. It's a great big word. I'm trying to think, like recompense. To me, it's kind of like sort of like balancing something out, or giving someone, sort of. Excuse me, a little bit interrupted there, but yeah, going back to what I was saying, so recompense, like compensation, I guess. I don't think that would fit there, so COMPENSATI, yeah, no. So like a recompense is sort of like, yeah, compensation for something, or your consequences, or something like that. So I don't know, might figure that one out soon enough. Work schedule we looked at, variety we'll have looked at. In darkness, maybe shade, potentially. I don't know, that seems a little bit too simplistic, but still it could be, could be correct. I'm just trying to think what else might be there. Shade. Yeah, shadow. Shadow's a bit long though. Yeah, we'll see. Your tiebreaker would be, how would you label that? Tiebreaker is sort of like your decider, DECIDER, decider. I think that would work. DE. So what's this? Away from the wind. That's the lee side, I think. LEE maybe. What's this? Sum payable. What you're due, I suppose, might work. All right, so that might, let's put those in and we'll just hope for the best there. So decider and lee and due. I don't know if that's correct to spell lee like that, but that's what I'm thinking of. So we'll give it a go. Advocated, represented sort of comes to mind, but that doesn't, DU at the end, sort of an interesting ending. That would imply like maybe an M on the end, DUM or something. But That M gets in the way if represented. If you advocate for something, you fight for it, you protest, you might support it. Yeah. I'm kind of thinking like MENDUM, maybe Mendum. I don't know. We'll see. Something will come up eventually, I'm sure, for that. All right, let's keep moving along. So down here, gluey substance I couldn't figure out yet. Sap comes to mind, but that's the 3 letters. Then what's the 6? Yeah, might have to see how that goes. Plough the soil. With that I there, till comes to mind. I'm just trying to think. Plough the soil, till. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. TILL, maybe? Not very good with spelling sometimes. This is the problem with doing word games for me. It really sort of, yeah, it's not good. It does make me question though. So in darkness, that if that's a T, so like, what would that be? Like, you're sort of looking at, I'm just trying to think, like in darkness, like maybe like, you know, sort of like an evil thing or something, like shadow, shade is sort of more a dark thing. So like in darkness. I don't know. Like the cover of night, if you know what I mean. Like sort of almost, I don't know. That's a weird one. All right, so let's see if we can figure these out, because if this is L and L, then we at least know that's correct. So exude body fluid. So, I mean, bleed is probably the correct term there. So that's all right. So that would, all right. I'm going to put this till in. I think that's got to be correct, right? So till. So this is LI. So learned people. I would have thought like educated or something, but learned people. I'm trying to think like learned people might be the better way of pronouncing it. So learned people. It's again educated. Trying to think like maybe no. Got nothing. All right, we'll come back to it. Crimson is red, so that's good. All right, so that's reinforcing these, so that's good. Moving across to the left, let's have a look across here. So we've got thorough or consummate. Consummate. Thorough. Not sure. And this has got children's coughing illness down. So, I want to say like whooping cough or something, but whooping wouldn't fit in there, or whooping, if you will. Whoop might fit, but that doesn't seem right. I'm trying to think what else. Children's cough. So you've got whooping cough. You've got, I'm trying to think, because there's that one that's like, what is it? It's, I feel like it's, one babies get when they're in the cold too much or something. Can't think. Okay, we'll come back to that. This variety of soft wool is bothering me. I feel like I should know that. I mean, what do you... Because you've got sheep's wool, alpaca, but I'm sure it's a different type of term than that. I don't know. If you can hear my cat in the background, I do apologise. He's having a bit of a meltdown. Anyway, insurrection, like a mutiny, or a revolt, REVOLT, revolution maybe? No, because that would be, well, maybe, yeah, that wouldn't fit anyway. That's an interesting one. Okay, let's see, what else have we got? Even-handed here. Maybe like fair or something. think that's probably unbiased, fair. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. Alright, let's see what else have we got. So here we've got cavity containing the eyeball. I mean, that would be your eye socket, wouldn't it? That doesn't fit there though. Just trying to think. Your skull? Do they mean that? Skull would fit there, but that's a bit of a weird one. Let's see what these two down do. Maybe they can help us out. Fish of the carp family. If that was skull, that'd be K. I don't even know what fish that would... I don't know fish, so this is going to be a difficult one if I can't figure that out. A hidden microphone. Maybe like a tap, wire tap. That would definitely not mean skull though then. But if that's tap, what would that mean that... A bug? Might be another word for it. But that seems... yeah, that seems very obscure. I don't know. Skull seems the most likely there because I can't think... You've got your eye socket. It's in your skull. But the fact that it says cavity containing the eyeball, like, you wouldn't call your skull a cavity. Like, that's an odd one. All right, let's keep going. Let's have a look down this right side. So, gave off heat or light. Maybe like emitted, E-M-I-T-T-E-D, or is that a double M maybe? E-M-M-I-T-T-E-D. I think that's a double M though. Gave off heat or light. Emit. Radiate. R-A-D. Rad. E-A-T-E-S. Radiates, maybe. So a deserter is someone who goes MIA. I'm trying to think. Deserter. There's not really any other term you use for that, I don't think. That's a tough one. Alright, violent storms could be tornadoes, hurricane, no, cyclone, S-Y-C-L-O-N-E, cyclones maybe. This, I don't think dessert is MIA. Just, I don't see how that could be an A word. That's weird. Okay. I don't know why I flagged this as one to do. Like, I asterisked it in my list of to-dos, and usually that means like, oh, I think this one will be really good and I can do a lot of it. I'm struggling a lot, but that's okay. Let's keep looking and maybe I'll find some more things. Questionable, I'm not sure. Family relation, cousin, niece, cousin fits there, I think. That would, for very cold, would be icy. So if that's cousin, that's a U. Ballerina's garment, tutu, T-U-T-U. Japanese dish, S-U-S-H-I, sushi. Laws, possesses or owns, has. Alright, I'm going to put that all in. I think that's looking pretty good. Let's see how much we can get here. So cousin, ballerina's garment is tutu. So obviously it goes a lot quicker when you know what you're doing, but anyway. Sushi, yep. Tobacco variety. I don't know what that would be, actually. I don't know tobacco, really. I mean, you've got cigarettes and smokes. That's about all I got. Okay, fill up with printing fluid is 3 words. I mean, I would think that would be like top up or something. Printing fluid. So, I mean, with the printing fluid, you... I don't know, like ink something maybe? Fill up with printing fluid. Weird. Go brown in the sun is tan, I reckon. Something in. Ink in? That seems very strange. I can't imagine that would be it, but I just can't think of what else. Fill up with printing fluid. I don't know. It might be it. They do have some weird words they put into these things. All right. Let's keep moving across. Laws. Statutes. S-T-A-T-U. Statute. Statutes. That might work, actually. Oh, owns is has. That would be an A there if that's the case. Word of woe. Woe. Your woes, like your upsets or like problems. Don't know. This is an interesting one too. Number, as in sheets of paper. Like, I mean, you've got like a ream of paper, a stack. I don't know, that's a weird one as well. Okay, keep looking in the bottom right here. So, gives up your rights, surrenders your rights, trying to think like, yeah, that's an odd one. Yeah, I keep saying that's an odd one, but it's, yeah, they're very obscure words sometimes in this. Corrupt or curved. Like you could say, yeah, I'm not sure. Bird enclosure would be a cage. Generally, I reckon that's a fair word to just put in. Shape of a dice is a cube. Oops, put a U there. Cube. Statutes. I think this is definitely statutes. That seems to fit. All right, G. Transferred unit of heredity is a gene. We pass our genes on. Corrupt or bent, as in crooked. You could think like corrupt as in crooked cop, so bent cop. Alrighty, gives up rights. I'm thinking sever, but that would be another S-E-V-E-R-E, I think. Surrender. I don't know. Violent storms. Tempests, I feel like that is going to be. So that would be an M there. So that's tempests. Obscure is like odd, strange, rare, seldom, don't know. Gave off heat, radiates. I think that's going to be radiates. E-8s. That's going to be something E-S-E-S. Eases. Gives up. Like, yeah, that's a hard one. I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue, like, because you think, like, if someone is, waives their rights, No, not coming to me. So if that's tempests, R and T, a deserter, a rat. I don't know. All right, number of sheets. That's an odd one too. I'm thinking like pages. Number of sheets of paper. The ream, the stack of pages, the pile. I don't know. That's a hard one. All right, let's see if we can connect some more here. Word of woe. Don't think I'm going to get that. Tobacco variety I'm definitely not getting. I don't know what that is. A fish of the carp family. Cavity containing the eyeball. Your eye socket. Eye. I don't know, there's probably a special name for the actual, like, the tissue around the socket, if that makes sense. Anyway, if this is fair, then there's an R there. Children's coughing illness. No. Questionable. Questionable would be, like, if you say you've got a questionable choice, a questionable action, let's say. Strange could fit there. That would put a G here though, which doesn't seem right. Yeah. Gluey substance. Still bugging me, that one. Advocated. Recompense. Yeah, a lot of these, it's just sort of just strange enough that I'm not 100% sure. Work schedules. Work schedule. Like your hours, your rates, maybe. Seems a bit strange. A variety of soft wool. Alright, let's see. What else do we have? Just doing a quick scan to see if there's anything else I can... This learned people still getting me. So, like... Learned people would be... Trying to think, like, because you could be like teacher or lecturer or something. Someone who's lived a while, you know. Life might fit there. So if that was life, lively. I'm trying to think. Strange. Okay. I think I'm going to try and look up a word to start with and just see if we can get some hints going. I want to look up what, though, is the question. I think I'm going to have a look for... I feel like this children's coughing illness might be a good one to get in the middle. So let's have a look. Number 38 we're looking at. And we're looking at the children's coughing illness. Where's 38 in here? I folded these pages up a while back. I don't know why. Where are we? 38, children's coffee, croup. Okay, so there we go. That makes sense. That is what I should have thought of, because it's a bad cough. It becomes croup. Okay. So the ice... Yeah, starting with O, the eye socket is the occipital lobe, is like, I think it's something like that, or the occipital nerve. So that would be OC. Optical? No. Orifice? No, I don't know. That's a good one. P for number of sheets of paper. Yeah, not sure. Even-handed definitely seems to be fair though, so that's good. Thorough or consummate? Complete? Complete? I think that works. I'll try that. Complete. Learned people. I wonder if that would be literary. Literary. Literate? Literate might be the word. Yeah, I think that works. Literate. Obscure. DM. I don't know if that works, that's for sure. I mean, rat seems to fit into there for like a deserter. And then tempest. Tempests. DM. Dem for obscure. I don't know if that works. Insurrection. Second letter being a P. Uprising. Yeah. I reckon that would be it. Uprising. Alright, so there's that one. Tobacco variety. I don't know why I'm thinking like song, sing, sung. Don't know why. Word of woe. Word of woe. Yeah, not sure. Optic. I think that's going to be optic. That's weird. This is again the problem with the arrow words, though. Some of the words don't make a lot of sense in some ways. I mean, yes, optic is a eyeball related thing, but like your optic cavity, I'm guessing they're going for. That would work with tap though. All right, let's just go with it and maybe we can figure something out. So if that's optic, and then tap, so number of sheets. Popinate. I don't know. That feels weird. Strange. Okay. Fish of the carp family. I definitely don't know what that is. Questionable. Dubious? That doesn't seem to work. Alright, I'm going to look up fish of the carp family. Let's try that one out. So that is that's orbit. So there you go, I've already got a bit wrong. Orbit instead. And that would be bug then, I think. And then that means this was roach, I think they said it was. Was it A? Or let's have a look again. A, yeah, roach. Okay. So, Dubious. That's a strange one. All right, this isn't giving me much more hints, so I'm going to just go with it and check out some more words. Paginate feels weird, but let's have a look. Yep, paginate, that's shag, and tenuous is the word we're looking for here. Tenuous, questionable and tenuous, those don't seem to match to me at all. These are some very obscure words at the moment, so I'm just going to go with it, but that's fine. So that was shag, apparently, of tobacco variety. Word of woe. Yeah, not sure. I'm going to look that one up. This inking, I'm going to check. I don't think we're getting very far otherwise, unfortunately. So variety of soft wool. Let's look that one up. Maybe we'll get enough hints for the other stuff. So variety of soft wool is merino. The merino sheep, if you didn't know about that. Okay. Gluey substance. So there's something 3 letters. And then... don't know. Double M here for advocated. Advocated for recommends. That might be it. All right, let's have a look. Recommended. And this is actually fee. So there we go. We're really having troubles with this one today, but that's okay. Just sharing the journey. Unlit might be that. I feel like that would be an N, like a runic. Tranic. Gluey substance. Don't know. Work schedules. Like a roster maybe or something. Not sure. All right. Let's check out the last few that I'm not getting and see how we go. So we've got remunerate, and rotors, of course, your rota. Remuneration. It helps if I spell it the correct way. Remunerate, sorry. Gluey substance, Arabic. Something Arabic? That's interesting. What is that? Gum Arabic. Never heard of that in my life. Interesting. Learning new words all the time. And then we're going to just check this last bit down the bottom. Ink in. I suppose because you put the ink in, but like, oh my gosh, that's a bit of a rough one. All right, let's have a quick look at our answers just to make sure we're not missing any. The tempest was there. Seeds. Yep. So that's supposed to be a D there. Seeds. So radiated is correct. Yep. And that's it. Seeds control, for instance. So, you know, give control to other people, if you will. Paginate is a weird one. I feel like I've heard that word before, but I honestly don't know it. Most of the rest of them, they're all sort of there. So yeah, that's that basically. So that was a very hard one compared to what I thought it might be beginning. But anyway, I'm really hoping you enjoyed watching that. I'm going to probably have another go at another of these in a couple of weeks' time, just because I enjoy doing them and I'm happy to share them with you. So feel free to, do the things, comments, like, subscribe, all the rest of it if you want to keep me going. And otherwise, let me know how you find arrow words. And yeah, maybe some of these words were a bit strange for you too. I'd be curious to hear. Number of those I don't think I was going to get at any point. Yeah, like in particular, like the cavity containing the eyeball, the orbit. Yeah, like that's a really obscure word for that, I feel like. Croup, I definitely think I should have gotten. Things like the tobacco I was never going to get. But yeah, some of this is just like, wow, okay, weird. Anyway, again, hope you enjoyed watching, and I look forward to catching you next week in my next video. Hopefully another couple of pen and paper puzzles coming up soon. All right, till then, Mud Stomp out. Bye.